Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to thank everybody for coming out on this nice warm evening. First off, we'll go ahead and see if Laura, you have anything that you'd like to do.
So I'm here from the health department. We just have a few announcements. One is a adults drinking course, low risk drinking course that we're doing in March. So there's a handout about that out here, and then also some information about the eclipse coming in April to prepare for the influx of people that are going to be in the county. So some information on temporary campgrounds and temporary food permits.
Good, all right.
I got a question there.
No, sure.
Is the county for solar eclipse glasses, are they providing funding for any of that, or are they providing the option for those to pass out?
The health department does have some for the public, and I think the library also does.
Okay.
I think someone from this township and from the fire department has already requested some from us. That will be given at a eclipse planning meeting coming soon.
Okay.
I don't remember who that individual was, but how many days.
Requesting.
Oh, we did.
Yes, we did, yeah, to Keenan's, try to contact with them.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
One other thing the health department was inquiring about was the tar collection. We need to give them an answer on that.
Did you give me any more information on the tire collection, the mosquito?
Not familiar with that, working with Bell Adams, maybe?
You were working with Kendra
Pardon?
for the tire collection mosquito prevention thing.
Mhm.
I just got an email on it, that's all I know.
Yeah, so there was an email about.
Yeah, I think it was, come to think of
Like
it.
summer, early fall, so we.
Actually, Mike Cannon's the one that forwarded me the email. Who sent it to you? Do you know?
I don't know right offhand.
Okay.
I just saw it, you'd be the one organizing.
Nah.
Fired it to you.
Okay, it's probably something related to environmental health department, so if you need me to follow up on anything, I'd be happy to.
Melissa Adams?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. I'll follow up with some questions on it.
All righty, go ahead and move to Lisa, the fiscal officer report.
Appropriation status and ledger report was emailed to you guys. Approval of the trustee minutes, January the 3rd, the reorganization trustee minutes. And then January the 11th, the special meeting.
So we have I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the January 3rd and the January 11th.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
The payment of bills and the payment listing report, starting with warrant number 13261 through warrant 13289, voucher 1, 2024 through voucher 9, 2024, $80,881.75.
So moved.
Now motion, have a second.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passed.
Approval to install the door access control for the new fiscal office and authorize Lisa Hersey on behalf of the trustees to complete this project.
Real quick question, Lisa, did that also include the actual locking mechanism, or is that just the card reader? Do you know?
I'm sorry, I didn't email that to you.
I didn't see it if you did. Okay. The way email's been recently, it could be out there lost in some la la land.
Digital or mechanical?
It should be digital, but there should be an actual latch. Well, okay, that was my only question. I don't see that on there.
Yeah, I told him the door lock like we have currently. for the doors.
Oh, okay, so
That
that's,
kind of white pad thing.
yeah, but the
Mhm.
actual mechanism that locks the door, was that supposed to,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? The actual latch.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't
I think
know how
we
many.
need to find out, but I would entertain a motion to approve this as she's got it.
Second,
So moved by Matt, second by Dave, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
We just might want to ask him.
And it's
about-
called the light,
Yeah,
the,
the actual locking mechanism that
Yeah.
goes on
Okay.
the door.
I think it does, but
And yeah, I just didn't, I don't see it in there and I was just wanting to make sure that that was there.
oh, that's that then.
That was part of the contract.
So since we're, that email we had bouncing back and forth, since we're doing this, we're just gonna hold off on the safe then? That makes sense.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to me instead of wasting.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know that, I know we had, in the email, we had kind of talked about middle of February. It might be a little later than that when that's actually done. So just want to make sure that's not an issue.
Well, I'll just, the check.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've got along this far. So I mean, wait, if we have to wait a few more weeks, it shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're good. All righty. Do we have, is Holly's not here? Do we have anything, Jim or Mike, from strategic then?
No, we had our first, a little bit, had the first meeting of the year. Reviewed last year and talked about going forward. Challenges and problems going forward. One thing we're concentrating on this year is beginning of the year. We still got an overlay to do, and we're also working on utilities. And the guys are working diligently on gathering information on utilities and lack of utilities. So that's where we're at so far. But it was a good meeting. We had 20 people present and 20 people on Zoom.
All right. That's
Yeah.
good. I guess I didn't hear the number from the Zoom. And then the 20 were in the room. Okay, we still got a little bit more time before we go to the hearing, but we could go ahead and accept the application. So if somebody would want to make a motion to receive a zoning application, HTZC 2401 amendment of zoning articles 9, 11, 13, 21, and 23. The Delaware County DCRPC met on this application on December 21st, 23. Commission recommends to the trustees on January 8th, 2024, the hearing to be, that we'd have the hearing on February 14th at, and what time would you guys like to do that on the 14th?
I'm open to whatever.
If it's a Wednesday.
It's a
Yeah.
Wednesday, we want to do it midday? Or do you want to do it in the evening?
It's whatever, I'm okay with whatever.
Why don't we just do it in the evening, 7:15?
Let's do it, yeah,
So 7:15 on the 14th,
okay.
and that is the 14th of this month.
So I would move that we have this hearing for 24-011-7T005, February 14th at 7:15.
Have a motion to have a second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
All right,
All
Aye.
opposed, same thing.
And I got a question, John, we got the draft of all those changes. Do you guys have like a summary of the changes that are just kind of listed out? Or is it just kind of all implemented into one?
All. In there. Yeah, and it's a lot of little things too, like spelling and changing around to match other articles. That's the thing. It's nothing new or major.
Just fixing edits and stuff like that.
Thing, and we took some parts out and made a new section for them. Like, we used to, in each section have something about noise and stuff like, problem areas to watch out for, like noise and fumes and all that stuff. We decided to take that out of each individual one, and make a little section that's gonna be in section 21 with, overall stuff we have to do.
Gotcha.
So, yes, we did create something new like that, but it's all the old stuff just taken out of each individual article and put into one little section then.
Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty. So we'll take anything about on the cemetery. We have a resolution 24-011-7T-006. Approval for an invoice from Jerry Paul for the Barnhard Cemetery Additional Development Project. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, move to approve to pay the invoice from Jerry Paul for the Barnhard Cemetery Addition Development Project of $3,600 for costs which was incurred in the approval, the resolution that it was approved from for 230621T-014, approved for the Barnhard Addition Fancher Cemetery expansion as part of the 20,000 not to exceed. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Road maintenance. Have a resolution 24-011-7T-007, approval of resolution for speed limit revision for Montgomery Road, T26.
Any history behind this? How'd this come about?
Request from the residents.
Mhm.
They did change the speed limit.
Okay.
And it was. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the resolution for speed limit revision for Montgomery Road, Harlem Township, along with ODOT declare a 45 mph speed limit for that portion of the Montgomery Road between Center Village Road and County Line Road located in Harlem Township. Have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Matt, you had some questions?
I do. I think that'll be a little bit longer discussion. We found out some information about the American Rescue Plan funds. And I just wanted to see if we can open up a discussion of how we can use them, what's the best way to use them, how you think we should use them.
I'm not sure, we had talked about if it's possible, and I don't know if Lisa remembers, if we could use that towards a new building.
Yes, remember, we put that on there.
Yeah. That was kind of where we've been.
I did this in along the lines, I think I'd emailed you about, is there a deadline? Because I'd read something.
Yeah.
Have
to
to
encumber it
encumber
this
by
year.
2024, and we have to do the expenditure by 2026.
Mhm.
Okay.
So probably getting going on that for now is, or the next couple of weeks is probably a good idea for planning that out.
Well, we're gonna have to encumber it by December, the end of December of this year.
And then the project that it's going to be has to be done by the end of 26.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
have to.
So we have
to-
until the end of 26 to actually
Right.
spend the money that we. Okay,
Yeah,
that's where I was getting confused on the dates. I wanted to make sure that we
yeah.
didn't lose that. 'Cause, you know,
And we did revenue loss. So one of our projects was the building.
Okay,
And we've already done the park playground and some of the other.
so we use part of that was for the park.
We have, we've got about almost 250,000.
Yeah, like 247 something.
That's what's.
Well, by the time, and then
What's
the
left.
rest of the year, so we'll probably have about 250.
Is there stipulations of like, oh, sorry, it's 750.
No,
No, it's just revenue loss.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what we claimed it to the treasurer, so.
All right, we're gonna go ahead just for a brief, close the regular and we'll, for the hearing that we have for tonight. So I'd have like for someone to read that motion. If whoever would like to make the motion, I guess.
I can read it.
Go ahead.
Resolution 24-011-7T-004, approval of zoning application HTZC 223-09, rezoning for Connie M. and Devin N. Wazlowski. Basically, want to make a motion to approve tonight, the zoning application HTZC 23-09, Connie and Devin Wazlowski, 1500 Green Cook Road, Sunbury, Ohio, 43074, who are seeking to rezone 5.034 acres from the current zoning AR1 agricultural residential to proposed zoning FR1 single family residential. The property is located at 1500 Green Cook Road, Sunbury, Ohio, 43074. Parcel ID is number 316-110-02-017-001. Delaware County Regional Planning met on this application on November 30th. Zoning Commission recommendation to the trustees on December 4th. Trustees received at regular meeting on December 20th. This proceeding was publicized in the Delaware Gazette on January 17th. Notices were posted at the township back door, on our website, the community calendar, the community sign, and social media for the required time. Hearing recessed until Saturday, January 27th at 9 a.m.
All right, so we have to recess that because for some reason the Gazette didn't get it published.
Yeah,
We've-
and I can say for a fact it was in today's paper.
Okay.
So we're good for the 27th.
Okay.
All right, so I have a motion, and do I have a second to recess until January 27th at 9 a.m.?
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion that we recess this hearing until Saturday, January 27th at 9 a.m.
Motion, have a second?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, we'll come out of our hearing time and we'll move back into regular business. Administrative offices.
Just to let you know, we have 3 employee performance reviews that need to be completed this evening. For Chief Thomas O'Brien, Kendra Bohr, and Mike Cannon. Also, a quick little side note, Eloise Collier will be 100 years old this year. And they are hosting an open house for her birthday on March 9th at the Grange Hall. Since it is an open house, we've been told that everybody in the township that wants to pay their respects to her are more than welcome. They said the more the merrier. And then the next item I have is the, Do you have a time for that? it's all day. They said it's pretty much all day. So I don't know what time they're planning on starting, but that's what Beth told me, was they were gonna just do it all day. Hoping to be done by about 5, but yeah. The next item I have is the Harlem Township Employee Handbook and Personnel Policies Procedure.
Lisa, we met and discussed your questions, and that should be, I think you got a copy, the answers. And why, what our thinking and reasoning is. You want to take a few minutes to look that over?
No, I'm good. I'm still working on the time and attendance. I'm just waiting on schedule. They've created it. So hopefully soon I'll be able to get that up and running and train everybody and.
So you're good with the, I mean, I understand why things are, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go to time and attendance.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as like, I know there were some questions about, the stuff going through the administrative offices and that, be verified and sent to you and, but as long as you have them for your time on Monday.
Well, time and attendance is gonna take care of all this.
Is the
There's gonna be
time,
no more paper.
is the time and attendance, have to be approved by a department head? Because
I
I know,
don't know yet. I haven't done the training. I'm
Okay.
trying to schedule the training now to see exactly how it's gonna go.
that makes sense.
Okay.
So,
I guess I have a question then, not
okay,
necessarily to you, but if we approve this handbook as we've got it written now, is it going to conflict in any which way with? That's what- I mean, we've already kicked this down the road 3 months.
Right, we don't really want to kick it down the road any further. I did make a change in the manual that says paychecks was approved for the time and attendance. So that is noted in there.
Discuss that.
So I feel like that kind of
Okay.
goes along with what Lisa was saying.
All right, well, if.
yeah, I mean, go ahead, because, we're gonna get away from paper
Okay,
completely
okay.
and just go straight online. Everybody's gonna go online to put in their times and.
Okay, I guess then give me some information. Who's going to do the final approval of that? I
Well,
guess
that depends on you guys. I figured Mike is gonna do his employee.
Okay,
Fire chief will do this.
And yeah, well, he's not gonna be, the fire department's not gonna be included.
right. I mean, I know, right, I know,
Yeah, so I apologize.
Yeah,
I know right now it's kind of a mute point, we have 3 people, but I think
Right,
we're trying to
so-
get something established for as we go into the future potentially.
right. So haven't done the training yet. I'm
Okay.
setting up the training now.
Okay,
So I haven't even seen I I seen it when we went over it with Tom and Mike. But I want to kind of review it.
Last year, I think we.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Mhm, okay.
So I'm gonna reset up another training. I'm in the middle of doing that.
And,
And
and,
then,
oh, sorry, go ahead. I thought-
and then I'll be able to answer everybody's questions.
And also to that effect, everybody's on salary now, so that kind of takes, except for, well, are you salary, Otis? How did we set him up? No.
Hourly.
Okay, so
Hourly.
you're still hourly. So everybody else is on salary now except for Otis, so that narrows that down to just Otis's. So that makes it a lot easier too.
Yeah, but we should still have salary people in there
Mhm.
of tracking their hours, their vacation, all that.
All that has to be tracked somehow.
Right.
Just-
Somehow,
Right.
yeah.
And I, and I
Just
get,
prove
and I
that
guess
we
that's
can.
what we were trying to make sure that we were doing was, there were some checks, not accusing anybody of anything, but the checks and balances and trying to make sure that we head off some of the issues we've had here recently, that things just got messed up and the last thing you want to do is have somebody get a paycheck because that has a tendency of really messing with morale, even though it's their fault. But if there's somebody asking, where's it at? I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've been since September.
I know, I understand.
Mhm.
I understand.
Yeah, we saw.
We're trying to fix that, and we're trying, that's the whole reason for doing this, was that we thought we could put that checks and balance in to
Right.
make sure
Right.
that by the time it got to you, you were able to go, oh, okay, it's good.
Right.
That's what we're hoping for.
Right. So that, and then the time and attendance, I think that's really gonna eliminate all problems.
Well, that'd be great.
You know what I'm
That'd be
saying?
great. Right.
So,
Yeah,
Which will be good. And I think, yeah, if we get the department heads to have a final look on it before it's, finally submitted to the system
Correct.
to review that paychecks
Yeah.
operate that way, right? And which I think this covers
I think
what we
so,
were discussing, yeah.
Okay.
yeah, you guys would just have to decide on who is going to approve what. And one of you are gonna have to prove everybody's. So that way you're aware of what people are taking off or times or how many hours somebody's working or whatever.
All right.
okay.
Read the motion. Someone,
Where is it
Dave.
here?
it's in the bottom of page
Alright.
2.
Resolution 24-011-7T-008, approval Harlem Township Employee Handbook Personnel Policies and Procedure Manual. Move to approve the Harlem Township Employee Handbook Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual effective January 1st, 2024.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side. All righty, Dave, you got anything about the parks, sir?
Yes. Parks Plan Committee submitted the annual report for 2023 to the trustees, then copies were to Lisa and Kendra. If there are any questions now or at any time, I'm happy to provide answers when I can or scrounge around and get the information needed for you.
Questions for Dave and the park?
Not
All right,
really a
now.
question. Matt, you need to contact Paul Weiss because there's a state capital grant that he put in an application. I found on their minutes recently. The last meeting they had. And there is playgrounds and park stuff on there.
We looked into that a little bit last year. Ed Valeska is very willing, he said, to help with any of that for park stuff as well.
Okay.
So
Dave, you know anything about this one? Or
It's
is that-
not sounding familiar. I'd like to get a look at that and
Well, that's all the information that Paul Weiss.
Okay, yeah, I'll reach out to Paul and try to get that information to you. It's a state of Ohio state capital fund grants. So you know how much money they got out of it?
No, they were just asking for approval to be able to put it in. So it's just been recently
Okay,
to apply for it, and that's the projects they were gonna apply with the state grant.
okay, there's probably a good timeline associated with this. So Dave, let's get together sooner rather than later, see if we can find more information on that.
Awesome. All right, that takes us to the fire department, chief, your floor.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask for approval of resolution 24/0117/09. Granting firefighter paramedic Jake Waite a full-time permanent employment. Since he's sitting here, I really can't say what I want to say. No, he's been a good asset to the department. Within his time frame, he's actually, because of his service elsewhere, he's been able to take the lieutenant's exam, and he's actually running out of class. And he does okay.
Those doors aren't that wide, so be a little careful.
Well, you can't ever really tell them they're that good, because then, you know, you're gonna be.
All right, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second,
Motion and second for the permanent appointment of Jake as full-time firefighter paramedic. All in favor, aye.
aye,
All opposed, same side.
If I could yield my time to the good newly.
Sure.
A couple things you'd like to say.
Sure.
I just want to say. Now that you voted on him, he's gonna.
Okay.
Just want to say thank you for that and the opportunities and everything. I really enjoy it here. Glad to work with everybody. And even the chief is okay, you know. But thank you guys.
Thanks for your hard work.
Thank you for your service.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
The township does definitely appreciate it.
And also ask your approval of resolution 24/0117T010. Permanent appointment of Lieutenant Sam Broska. Since he's come here, he has put our record management system that we were ready to throw away on steroids. He's working very diligently, I believe, with Lisa and Lieutenant Thrash to help our payroll be automated, so all of our reporting goes through myself or Chief McKean and then over to the payroll system. And it's done a lot of great things. He's brought a lot to the table.
Awesome. So I'd entertain a motion.
so moved,
I have a motion for the permanent appointment of Sam Broska as full-time lieutenant, effective 1/18/24. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any motion second, all in favor, aye.
aye,
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Anything else, sir?
I am working on the year-end report. And I hope to have that to you, not before the next meeting, at the next meeting.
Awesome. Alrighty, if nothing else from the fire department, then we'll move on to the zoning and development. Mike?
Yeah, thank you. Just a few things. It's really light right now on the permits for the first part of the year. I just got my first one the other day, and I just told you it just happened to be your last zoning inspector that turned it in, Matt. So, and it was nice to see something that I didn't have to go back and have changed because Matt got everything correct on that. So,
Good.
I have got some time set aside next week for Corey. Corey and I to sit down and discuss some of the problem properties in the township about how he wants to proceed with deciding which ones to go after first. We're gonna start up some more action on the dump trucks down there because it doesn't seem like their lawyer told our lawyer that they were no longer in there, but it's clear they are. Because I followed a dump truck in there the other day. So he's fired something back up on that today. He's getting hold of that lawyer, but we're gonna sit down and go through all the cases and see if there's anything more I need to do to help him out. And then there's some newer cases that I know Dave and I have discussed some things, and there's been some reports to me of other instances in the township that I need to address with him, find out how he wants me to proceed on that, so we are on the straight and narrow on that. But other than that, it's going along okay.
Any questions for zoning inspector from the board?
no, if not,
All right. We'll go to, unless there's anything else from zoning, we'll go ahead. Jenny, anything else from zoning?
No.
Okay. Anything from the BZA? No, all right,
I've got a couple things though.
go.
Point and pay. I did their training last night. We are gonna love the system.
I agree.
Okay,
Or all online payments for all this
Yes.
stuff, permits. Okay. It'll help you out.
Absolutely.
Yay.
I mean, everything is like you could go on easy to maneuver. We can print reports, Excel, you can print them, I mean, it's just fantastic.
It'll be a nice option for the residents. I mean, at least I'm discussing it. There's availability for them to even come in the office. If they do show up, we might be able to get it paid right there in the office. And we won't have any more issues with chasing funds around.
It'll be,
It'd be
It's
good.
exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
And they have their own processor. So if somebody tries to bounce a check, like trying to enter their check online or with him, it's gonna immediately tell us, no good. So it will not, they have their own processing center in-house.
Is there anything that it can't be used for? Like, is there anything we'll still have to be taking checks for?
We can use it for everything.
Everything?
it's gonna help us with cemetery a lot, just like
Yeah.
the funeral that we got coming up, then they can just pay us like now instead of us waiting and.
Yeah, they can pay by check for $2 charge, or they can pay by credit card. The only thing I'm gonna need is I am going to need a list of like a drop down list of if you want funerals, foundation orders, it tells what they're paying for.
Gotcha. All the services we provide, you need
Any-
to list. them.
yeah. From cemetery, I've got fire doing it. Mike and I already discussed his.
When do you
So-
need that by?
As soon as possible, so we can get it going and keep rolling with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we'll do that.
Mark Hooker from Point and Pay reached out to me today. He's still waiting on the financial information so they can set up the bank account and all that. And I told him to go ahead and just talk to Lisa on it because I don't.
Well, I just talked to him last night.
Oh, well, he said today that he had to talk to you about it.
I did the training last night.
I told him that I heard he had, and he goes, oh, yeah, I did. And I was like, well, she has all the information, so.
And I said, when do you need the drop down menus? I said, I'll try to hurry up. He goes, oh, whenever. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good. I'm glad it's gonna help us out.
Yeah, it's,
It's a list, so I can get going on, keep rolling.
yeah,
The nice thing is it'll give us reports, so stuff I don't have to track, I can and just
yeah,
import it from Excel and got really a lot of nice features. And another nice feature is we could, because we do have a lot of builders from out of town that are coming in and doing business in the township, and they don't have to drive all the way from Athens or wherever they're at to come in here and pay me, and I can do it all online. So that's another nice feature for the residents.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the only thing I couldn't get is the permit number, because there is a bill number when they fill out, and I said, can you guys change that to permit number? And he said, oh, no, that's filled in, but I think he was a salesman, so I'm not sure. I don't know if a developer, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
A computer IT guy, because then we'd be all set. I mean, Mike could just monthly go in and print off how many reports he wants and download Excel and have all the information.
There might be, I agree with Lisa, there might be something we can do.
Yeah.
that I can change something a little bit, it'll get some kind of a tracking, and it'll tie it to the permit number for me, so that'd be nice. I'm excited to see it.
Good. Awesome. That sounds.
And then AEP is telling developers they're maxed out on electric. That's what they said. Well,
Yeah,
they
we're
were this
aware.
developer, so this guy had 100 acres. And the developer was interested, had it for 8 months negotiating. And they had settled on a price, and then AEP told that developer, we're not giving you any electric there,
Where was that at? Where- Geographical location?
just outside of Sunbury.
Okay.
Oh, so that wasn't in a township.
No, but I'm telling, that's what AEP
Yeah.
is telling developers, that they're maxed out on power with Intel. So he left the deal.
Big issue. Power's a big issue. Water's a big issue.
Yeah, both in and out.
Mhm.
Right.
That's it.
All right, we'll open it up to anything from the public. Yes, ma'am.
Just a couple of things from Harlem Township Heritage. First, we'd like to thank Kendra for her help in getting our scheduling all fixed up and on the calendar and all.
I haven't got it quite all there. I'm still tweaking it, but you're welcome.
Yeah, you're doing a good job of that. And I wanted to ask the trustees if it would be possible for HTH to zip tie some banners in the fencing around the old concrete plant. Advertising our farmers market and food truck days.
I think it'd be okay.
Then they need to sign it for me.
There you go.
I'm gonna be easier and get that.
As long as it's on the fence, it's far enough out of the right of
I
way.
don't know, I've seen some zip tie things up for a long time.
Yeah.
Zip ties are forever.
True.
Have them up from our beginning date in, May to our end date in September. We found that the smaller signs that we're putting up, along roadsides, we got maybe half of them back.
Actually, I found some. I meant to bring them tonight. I got some that I found, so.
No, okay. Yeah, they, a lot of.
Driving by, see something blue in the grass. I have no issues with that. I think it would be fine. So I'd say yes, Johnny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Big Walnut High School. Chamber is putting on presentation of the impact of Intel on the community. Again,
That's at the high school.
You say 6 p.m.?
I think I'm pretty sure it's 6.
Next Wednesday at 6? Okay, they have a speaker coming in for that?
It's being put on, yeah. Some Goldstein, I think, is.
Betsy Goldstein?
Yeah.
I've listened to her speech on the impact of Intel. It's actually very informative if you really want to get the idea of what's going on. So I would encourage everybody to, if I can make that go.
Anything else from the public? Yeah, right.
Have you guys got any other phone calls on the whatever, it's going in Evans Road there and kind of line the gas transfer points for equipment running at all hours in the morning? Okay.
Yep.
They've had equipment running at 4 o'clock in the morning out there doing work. I know we don't have a noise ordinance, I don't think, as of yet,
No, we don't.
but it's something that's coming, I guess, is all I was trying to put out there, if things keep on going the way they're going.
I mean, are you, I was gonna say,
Did you hear complaints?
I haven't got a phone call, so.
I've heard nothing of anybody complaining about noise out there.
I can just tell you the other day, it woke me up and I'm far enough away from it.
There's a resident complaining right there. Now you got one.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm just asking if anybody else has.
I usually get phone calls about dogs barking and everything else, and I've not heard
Okay.
anything about that. So. Either you
No
need to
problem.
close your window or, put your window open. Yeah. All right, anything else? If not, we're gonna be going into executive session to discuss employee reviews and hiring of employees. So I thank everybody for being here.
We have a motion.
No, I need a motion, I'm sorry.
Second.
I got a motion and a second to go into executive session. Let's just have everybody stay that's gonna be.
No, we got 2 interviews, so it should be separate. Otis should, yes. That way they can
It
get
sounded
together.
like.
So-
Otis, invite Otis to stay.
Because you can hear the